All right, take a deep breath, everybody. We are about to talk about the C word, clutter in your home, and how stressful it can be. It can cause anxiety, even tension between people in the household. And joining us this morning with some ways to declutter your home is Carrie Craywick with Birmingham Maple Clinic. Carrie, thank you so much for joining us. Clutter can be stressful, but it's also stressful sometimes trying to figure out what to do about the clutter.
Absolutely. So clutter is actually, especially in women, linked to rates of depression. That stress cortisol raises in women, and the experience of depression even throughout the day. If you start the morning with a clean home, and as the day goes on and you experience clutter more and more, your likelihood of feeling depressed is also going to increase. And so one of the things that helps is setting small, reasonable goals. You get too overwhelmed with too big a goal and you look at your clutter, it's just way too much. To just do a little bit at a time.
So let's clarify for our viewers. You're from Birmingham Maple Clinic. What is your area of expertise?
I'm a marriage and family therapist.
Okay, so do you see clutter getting in between? Do you see that as an issue when you're giving therapy to couples?
Absolutely, because especially men and women experience differently. A woman can become very distressed by clutter, and the rest of the people in her household might think she's being silly or over dramatic or over anxious, but the truth is she's probably having a biological reaction to it.
Okay, so have you heard about like the joy that some people apparently feel from tidying up? What is this phenomenon that everybody is talking about, the joy of cleaning, the joy of tidying, and it stresses me out?
Yeah, I think Marie Kondo and her method is so great especially because you can see it happening in real time watching her show. It really does feel achievable. And one thing I like about her method is that she breaks the rooms and the activities into smaller tasks. So you could do, if you don't have the time to just clean slate your whole house and move out and move back in an organized way, to be able to take just one sock drawer or one junk drawer and just do one thing at a time is a really great method.
Okay, so speaking of Marie Kondo, she also does this thing where before she even begins organizing, she sits down in the home, takes a deep breath, and thanks the home. Tell me what that could do for us, perhaps, emotionally and mentally.
Well, gratitude is a wonderful healer to our mood, and so to even take something that is stressful and have gratitude for that moment is actually a really good thing. Something as simple as having a crying baby and actually having gratitude, right? Like, while this baby's crying can communicate with me, gratitude is a huge mood uplifter.
Yeah.
So I think that the same principle probably applies with her method. It also helps us feel less guilt and anxiety about having to get rid of things, which we just have too many things.
So as we can get overwhelmed with our schedule, we can get overwhelmed with the clutter, being organized. Once everything is organized and the clutter is gone, what can that do for us mentally?
Well, it helps us, we feel less depressed, we feel higher self-esteem because the clutter becomes a measure of how well we're doing in our life.
Okay.
We feel we have less tension in our households. We're actually less busy because we can find our keys and leave, as opposed to having to scramble through the house and shout at each other. And so our kids are less stressed.
Where are my keys?
Yeah. Everything goes easier.
Have you seen my shoes?
Yeah, exactly. Everything can go easier in a household. You have just more time to be together in a nice way.
Well, I love that. Thank you so much for all those tips. We will have more tips on our website, WXYZ.com. I don't know about you, Hallie and Anu, but clutter is definitely an issue for me, and it's nice to get some tips to get through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it sure is. Thank you, ladies, for that.